Hello, my Y friends. I'm hoping we're doing okay this evening. If you're doing this practice with me for the first time, my name is Minda. I promise you I answer to really, literally just about anything. And we're going to devote these next 30 minutes to connecting with ourselves. Bring mind and body and trying to hopefully strengthen those connections. Now, practice as it honors your body. If I'm doing something that hurts, if I'm doing something that is not honoring what you need at that moment, please express yourself in the way that honors you best, yeah? But today I'm going to start with a deep breath in. I'm going to interlace my fingers, and as my fingers and palms press up, I'm going to slide my shoulders down my back. And just think of trying to lengthen myself and take up vertical space. I'm going to release that. As I take my next breath in, I'm going to take a deep breath. And with a long arm, I'm going to reach over. I'm going to take that wrist and gently draw it across a little more and look up to the sky. Oh, I'm feeling that stretch all the way down my ribs and to my waist. It's helping me with shoulder mobility. It's helping the muscles between my ribs. Those are called the intercostals. It's helping them stretch. It's going to allow me to take a better deep breath in. I'm going to release. Taking a deep breath in. And as I exhale, I'm going to bring my hands lightly to the back of my head. And I'm going to try to round my spine forward as I bring my elbows together. And as I breathe in, I'm going to open back out. I'm going to try to draw my elbows back and lift my heart. I'm going to do that again slowly 2 more times. Take it at your pace. I'm exhaling to round. And breathing in. To open up. Oh, I'm taking one more. Now, friends, from here, I'm just going to bring my feet directly underneath my hips. How do I know that they're directly under my hips? Guess what? I just turned a foot so that my toes are at my heel, and then I just bring that straight forward, and now my feet are under my hips. Did it touch as we touched our heel? I see in my classes, and a lot of times people think their hips are really wide. They're not. They're really not. I'm going to breathe into an extended mountain. I'm reaching high even as I drop my shoulders. They like to climb up. I'm saying, oh no, down girls, down girls. I'm going to soften my knees and reach forward. Hinging at the hips. My knees are bent as much as I need to find my fold. If you're doing this fold correctly, your back won't feel like it's crunched. Instead, hopefully your spine feels like it's lengthening and your hamstring stretching. From here, I'm going to come into a tabletop. I'm bringing my hands to my shins. I'm straightening my arms, and I'm trying to lengthen my spine out. And I'm not rounding into this, but I'm actually bringing my chest through and thinking of almost a little bit of extension. And I'm going to hold this tabletop for a bit, and you're going to see why we're just getting familiar with this pose in just a bit. Let's try that again. We're going to breathe and rise. I'm going to show you my side view. I'm going to go from an extended mountain. I'm one long line with my shoulders drawn away from my ears. I'm going to soften my knees. I'm hinging at my hips. Bring my belly, my ribs directly to thigh. And I've come into my fold, and I'm going to stay right here. But today, I'm going to hold on to my calves and just draw myself a little bit closer. Here, my back is long and straight instead of rounded and crunched. So I'm not trying to take this fold from my waist, it's actually starting right here at my hip. And I'm breathing both into my spine and into the backs of my legs, stretching my hamstrings. From here comes tabletop. I'm bringing hands to shins. Now notice I'm not just rounding up, I'm flattening out. My shoulders are sliding down my back, and I've got a nice long straight back. And I'm breathing. I've got weight equally across the balls of my feet and across my heels. So I'm not rolling into my inner blade or fully out into my outer blade. I'm equally balanced between inner and out. And I'm breathing to curl on up. Now, friends, let's take that fold and take our legs wide. From here, I'm actually going to take my heels in just a bit. I'm going to exhale into a fold. I'm going to breathe here. My knees are bent a little. Some may find that bending their knees a lot is going to make both their spine feel better, and letting gravity help stretch and decompress that spine, even as our hamstrings stretch. This time, I'm going to come back to tabletop from here. I'm going to bring my toes forward of heels. I'm going to start with my hands at my thighs or hands at my shins and come to flat back. I'm going to get used to this feeling. Shoulders are down, spine is long, and think of lengthening, starting from your tailbone. Think of trying to make your spine come to me. It's as though our spines are reaching for each other from the tops of our head, my head to yours, and your head to mine. And we're lengthening. And then we're coming back down. I'm bringing my heels in. I'm breathing to extended mountain with my legs wide. And I'm going straight back down. Exhaling down into my wide leg fold. And breathing there. I find second time in a pose always feels better than the first. Well, maybe not always. Most of the time. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 times into a pose that starts to feel like, oh yeah, now I can really settle into this pose. But for now, toes forward of heels. Here comes flat back, shoulders, slide them away from your ears. I think of trying to make my neck nice and long, trying to make as much distance between my ears and my shoulders as possible. And from here, I'm going to take my arms out and I'm going to fly. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to soften my knees and rise. Bring my hands back up. Friends, we're going to do that again, but this time we're going to keep on adding on, yeah? Heels come in. I'm lengthening and I'm exhaling, diving into my fold. Oh yeah, this feels much better. Time 3 for me today feels better than time 1. Every day is different, friends. Every day, in terms of when does my body feel like it's waking up and really getting to know these poses. When is it happening? It's never the same day to day. I'm now going to bring my toes forward, preparing for that flat back. Now you might bring your hands to your shins to come up, or you might go straight out with your arms. for flat back. Now, next up, friends, I'm going to hold this for a few more breaths, but in a bit, I'm going to turn and sweep to one side, sweeping the opposite arm underneath and sweeping it up and coming into a warrior one. Okay, you might look up, but right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tick-tock my feet, sweep. I'm first going to bring one arm up. I'm going to adjust my feet so I'm on railroad tracks, and then sweep into a warrior one. Just wanted to play with a different way of coming into warrior one today. Now, friends, I'm going to straighten the leg. I'm going to sweep back into my wide leg tabletop. Now, if you don't want to bring your arms to the side, you can continue to bring your hands to your shins lightly. But I think we need to sweep to the other side, right? Yeah. So I'm going to sweep the other arm as though to opposite foot. I'm going to tick-tock my feet as I go. Sweep. Adjust so I'm on railroad tracks. Bend that forward leg and find my warrior one. Today I'm holding this pose so I can feel this hip opening. I want to feel this thigh working. I want to feel all the muscles around my spine helping me stay upright and long. Okay, friends, I'm going to straighten my forward leg and prepare to tick-tock my feet and sweep back into my tabletop. Should we do that one more time each side? I think so. I'm going to start tick-tocking my feet. I'm going to sweep. Find my base first. Pull my hip forward. Bend that forward leg and stack it right on top of the ankle. I'm trying to think of myself as long, tall, proud, and strong as possible. Because I too, despite my diminutive size, but I'm still a warrior. And I know you are too. Okay, friends, I'm going to come out. I'm straightening the leg. I'm tick-tocking my feet. And I'm sweeping out. Because I'm feeling very dramatic today. I just like a little bit of drama. And if your shoulders and back are saying, no more out to the side, remember, you can bring them down. But I do still want to do the other side. I want to live in this pose for a bit. And then I'm going to tick-tock my feet, sweep, adjust my footing, bend that forward leg, pull this hip around. Stand proud and true. Trying not to roll out onto the outer blade or inner blade of both feet. I'm trying to keep both sides kind of connected. Although there's an arch on that inner side, yeah. But at least the balls of my feet, both of them, both down. Then we're going to release, breathe, and land. Now, friends, it's been a while since we played with triangle, and so I want to play with that a little bit today. We've got our feet wide. I always start with the foundation. I always start with what is grounded to the earth. I cut one heel, I've got another toe pointed to the side wall, so I'm heel to heel or heel to in step. Oh, hello, there are my shoulders again. Now, how does this start? It starts with the hips. Kick it to that kicked heel. Now, do I land just from here? Nope. I then reach. How far can I reach for that side wall? And that's when my arms come down. Now, if you've had enough of extending your arms, maybe this arm is wrapped. I am trying for straight sides, but I'm not trying to push my hip back here. I'm trying to imagine as though, would I be able to have my heels, my hips, and my shoulders up against a wall? Oh, I'm going to come out of this briefly. I'm going to extend into an extended warrior two. I'm one long line. What I'm not is bent at the hip. I'm one long diagonal line from my leg, through my torso, and through my arm. And it's only if it can keep that line that I drop down a little deeper. I've got to bring both hips with me. I remain one long line. Then I'm going to come up, adjust. If you feel like giving your legs a little shake out, maybe we give our legs a little shake out. Sometimes I like to give my legs a little bit of rest because each of these poses are active. I've got my feet wide again. Start with the foundation. I always start with, if my feet are what's connected to the earth, I start with that. I cut the heel. I point the toe, I kick my hip to that kicked heel, and I don't just go from here. I reach, and then I land. Now, when I first started my practice, here's where my reach went. I went kick, reach, and this is as far as I could go because I felt a lot of tightness and restriction here. Okay, then I landed here. Notice my hand is not at my ankle. That is not the goal. The goal is to keep your legs straight, sides of your torso straight, and everything would be connected to a wall. Heels, hips, back. In time, kick, reach, land. Maybe wrap. Trying to keep my head in line with spine. Breathing and taking this into an extended warrior two, extended side angle. So knee right over ankle. See my legs, see my torso, it's one straight line. I'm not bent at the hip to come down. I'm losing my balance, but I'm bracing my core and looking up to the sky. One straight line. And it's only if we can take both hips with us that I go a little deeper. I had to be here for a long time in my practice before I gained the hip mobility to go deeper with both hips. Now from here, friends, I'm going to come down into a low lunge. I'm going to breathe here. And in fact, I'm going to heel toe my foot out and bring my hand right next to my foot. My shoulder is hugging the knee. And I'm not trying to pull my spine down. Instead, I'm thinking of lengthening again from the tailbone out through the top of my head. I'm thinking of up and forward with my spine. And I'm breathing here as I push my hips forward, but still keep this back knee stacked over ankle. Okay, friends, next up, I'm going to take a threaded needle. I'm going to bring this forward leg and bring it back. Shoulders over hands, hips over knees. I'm going to breathe, back arm lifts, and I'm going to thread to you. Now today, I feel like bring this other arm long overhead. Oh, and this feels really nice. Now you might not want to take it overhead. You might want to keep it here and continue pushing into the mat. Maybe it's a wrap. But for me today, I really like this length. Okay, friends, I'm going to bring my hand back to where it was. I'm going to come back to hands and knees and come to seated. I want to face you, coming to crisscross applesauce. Sitting tall and lifted, shoulders relaxed. I'm breathing in length and taking a side bend, trying to draw not shoulder down, but shoulder back and across as I keep both sit bones to mat. Now I'm going to sit back up, tall and lifted. I'm bringing my long spine, so I'm not going to round to come forward. I'm keeping my spine long as I bring shoulder to knee. I'm going to take 3 circles around for an inning. Circle 1, circle 2, third strike, and I am out. And from here, I'm just going to switch sides. Could be crisscross applesauce. Could be right here. Flex foot sitting on a knee, your knee sitting on foot. Fire log is different from lotus, friends. I'm sitting nice and tall. I'm breathing in again. Bring shoulder back, reaching. Now I'm trying not to do this because then that just stops the stretch to right here. But if, by reaching long, all of a sudden I feel that stretch all the way down my side body to my hip. Okay, friends. And then we're sitting back up, nice and tall. 3 circles around. Oh, here's number 1. Oh, length, circling round. I'm exhaling to come down. I'm breathing in to circle up. And I'm taking 1 more. Before unwinding my legs and coming back to tabletop, because I'm going to do that threaded needle on the other side. Shoulders right over hands, hips over knees. Breathing to prepare, exhaling to thread. Maybe staying here, maybe wrapping an arm, maybe bringing an arm overhead. I love this one. Actually, usually for the ones which, I like all 3, but I love pushing down and I love reaching out. It just makes me feel long. Okay, friends, from here, I'm coming out of my threaded needle and preparing for my lizard lunge. So, I'm bringing a leg forward, knee right on top of my ankle, shoulder next to knee, hand next to foot. I'm not dropping down, I'm lengthening through my spine, upwards and out as I sink my hips forward and down. Always trying to find length every pose I'm doing. And I'm going to find length in my child's pose once again. This time I'm taking my knees wide, toes together, arms out. I'm going to try that threaded needle again from here with that outstretched arm. I'm going to lift my chest. I'm going to thread to you. Send my hips to heels, my arms outstretched. I'm going to do that one more time for my child's pose, but I want to thread the needle on the other side. So hips now go to heels, arm stays overhead and outstretched, spine stays long. Okay, friends. From here, I'm just going to sit back up. I'm going to turn to you seated. Actually today, you know what? I'm going to take a leg long and out to the side. I'm going to take a deep breath in and take another side bend. And now I'm not trying to, again, bring my shoulder down, forehead to mat. I'm trying to bring my shoulder back and reach long. Now, if that means I'm here, I'm here. But in time, as we start to reset our stretch reflexes, remembering that it's time and patience that gives us flexibility changes. Okay, friends, I'm going to sit back up and take a fold. I'm long as can be, bringing length forward. Notice I'm not trying to pull my forehead down. I'm trying to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen forward. Maybe bending my knee. But I'm trying to pull heart forward and up as I come into a fold. I'm going to breathe and sit back up and do the same thing. I'm going to lengthen first, draw my shoulder back, and exhale and only go until my body's going, oh, I can't. This is right at the edge of where I can go, and I'm going to sit there with my breath and will my muscles to relax. As you sit and relax, you might find that give happens. Then, friends, I'm going to sit back up. I'm turning to this leg, sitting as tall as can be. I'm not going to crunch and round to come forward, which frankly never works to change flexibility. Long, 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 maybe a bend of a knee, forward and up. Even though I'm hinging at my hip, I'm still pulling my spine forward and up to find my fold. And with that, I'm finding that my time with you is coming to a close. So I'm going to breathe and sit back up and go back to crisscross applesauce. If you feel like you want to continue your practice, please do. And if you would like a guided practice, just check back with our on-demand series at the Virtual Y. We've got a lot of classes with a lot of fantastic instructors, and I hope you try all of them, because you never know who your next favorite is going to be. But for now, we're going to take a deep breath in to seal our practice. We're going to exhale and breathe out. Let go what you want. Breathe, gathering only what you choose to take. And draw it to you, knowing that you can do whatever you wish with what you just took. The goodness in me bows to the goodness in you, friends. Namaste. And until I see you again here on the Virtual Y, know that my love goes with you. Thanks for moving and grooving with me, friends. I'll see you next week.
I'm Sarah, and this is Cardio Dance. Are you guys ready to work out? Let's do it.
I woke up feeling like this gon' be my day. I got that poppin' fire every step I take. Living that wild life.
Through the bag. Go. That's where we want to go.
Last 10 seconds. I'm right here with you. Let's do it. Welcome to the Y. My name is Erin. I'm Jennifer. My name is Linda.
My name is Tommy, and today we're going to do a quick step routine.
We feeling like we can conquer the world today?
I wish you all could smell it. It smells so good.
Time. We get stronger in my world. We're going to do it again.
We'll see you again. Keep working hard. You did awesome.